في ضلال مبين. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون. قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين. وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون. يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون. ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون إنهم إليهم لا يرجعون. وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون. وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون. وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون. سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون. وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون. والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم. والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم. والشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون. وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين. وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون. وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين. وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين. ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين. ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون. ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون. قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولحم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبد الشيطان إنهم لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وظللنا لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب وفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Let's recite another Fatiha for the soul of Marhume Shirin Agha Ihsan. Rahimallah man qara al-Fatihata ma'a salawat.
نعرہ صلوات. آپ تمام سے التماس ہے ایک دفعہ سورہ حمد اور 3 دفعہ سورہ اخلاص کی تلاوت فرما کر آغا عسکری احسن، آغا مشتبہ احسن اور بالخصوص جوان سال مرحومہ و مغفورہ شیرین آغا احسن بنت آغا اسماعیل احسن کے لیے سال پڑھ دیں. نعرہ صلوات. تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے، ہائے بابا مصیبت تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے، ہاتھ میں جس کے میرا ہاتھ دیا تھا تم نے، کہہ کے من کن تو جسے مولا کہا تھا تم نے، میں نے ہر موڑ پہ بابا ساتھ اس کا ہے نبھایا، ہاں میرا جرم یہی ہے، تیری زہرا تیری امت نے بنا دی کوئی پسلی بھی نہیں میری سلامت بابا سانس لیتی رکنے لگتا صرف مرنے ہے آپ مصیبت کو بلاتے ہیں واضح پہ آ کے ستاتے ہیں ہمیں بچے پوچھتے ہیں یہی مجھ سے کیا خطا ہم سے ہوئی ہے تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے شرم آتی ہے بھلا تم کو بتاؤں کیسے یہ تماچے کا نشان تم کو دکھاؤں کیسے مان سکو گے دیکھ کر مجھ کو کہو گے کیا میری زہرا یہی ہے تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے آپ کے سوگ میں تاریک نہ دیکھا گیا گھر آگ دروازے پہ امت نے لگا دی آ کر بابا جاں بعد تمہارے دیکھیے گھر میں ہمارے روشنی کیسی ہوئی ہے تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے قبر زہرا سے تکلم یہ صدا آتی ہے کتنی صدیوں سے میری قبر پہ ویرانی ہے پھول تربت پہ چڑھا دے ایک دیا لا کے جلا دے کیا مدینے میں کوئی ہے تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے کیسے دروازہ ہٹاؤں کیسے محسن کو بچاؤں سانس سینے میں رکی ہے تیری زہرا پہ مصیبت کی گھڑی ہے صلوات پڑھ دیں Please recite Surah Fatiha and 3 times Surah Ikhlas for Marhuma Maghfura جوان سال مرحومہ شیرین آغا احسان بنت آغا اسماعیل احسان کے لیے سال
Assalamu brothers and sisters. I was asked to make a couple of quick announcements and then I'll bring up Maulana. As you all know, we are here to commemorate the loss of the daughter of our Holy Prophet, and also to stand with the Ehsan family on their loss. 2 years ago, they lost their daughter. So kindly, let's begin again with the recitation of Surah Fatiha for Marhum Shirin Ehsan, daughter of Agha Ismail Ehsan. So many of you know that there is an ongoing aggression by Saudi Arabia on Yemen. About 3 years ago, when in a very brutal fashion they executed Sheikh Nimr, some of the community members did protest, etc. San Jose, San Francisco, and at that time it seemed like nothing really is going to happen because the Saudi is such a powerful entity, the number 2 enemy of number 2 ally of America. But in the aftermath of the journalist Adnan Khashoggi's killing, there's been a lot of focus on Saudi Arabia and Yemen, etc. Right? So a group of volunteers here from Sabah, with the help of Brother Riaz Hassani, said, let's try and do something for the Yemeni people, pressure on them, and hopefully see if we could, stop the bombing, the arms supply or whatnot. Right? So there's efforts going on in 2 or 3 areas. We also wanted to find a reliable partner that many of the people who wanted to volunteer, that the funds go through a legitimate organization. So we looked at different organizations and we found Zahra Trust to be, reliable. We did some of the homework on them, check references. So Sheikh Bilal Hussain, who's a visiting scholar, who's a resident alim in Philadelphia, he's, the founder of Zahra Trust, which is a humanitarian organization, right? So he was there yesterday, did a brief speech. Today he's at ICZ. So we are doing a fundraiser for Yemen. So you can go to this website called ihelpyemen.org. That's been created, and all the funds will go to Zahra Trust. Hassan, if you can just put up that I Help Yemen. So ihelpyemen.org. So your donations will go directly to Zahra Trust, and then these will reach to the people in Yemen. So Sheikh Bilal Hussain has people in Yemen near the capital Sana'a, where your money will directly go and and help the people. We also have Brother Tanvir as a volunteer. He's got a swipe reader, so you can give your credit card or your debit card and you can make your donations. The other way you could contribute is we are doing a silent auction of 5 or 6 items that have been brought from the rozas of our holy imams. There is, Hassan, you have a picture of, yeah. So the first one is a memento which has been taken from the marble from the shrine of Imam Hussain. The second one is from the shrine of Imam Ali, and then there's a pendant. The third item there is also taken from the shrine of Imam Ali. There is also a ziyarat trip that you could bid for. I'm going to provide a number so you can send a message to the WhatsApp if you want to bid for it. We are also promoting this on social media, mostly through WhatsApp. So please make a bid for these items, or you could hand over, or you could make a direct donation either to the Stripe reader, or you could send you can go to ihelpyemen.org and you can make a donation. I'd like to give the number, and then I'm done. I'd like to bring up Maulana. The number is 612-562-8293. It's 612-562-8293. So we thank you for your support. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Sheikh Bilal Hussain will be back here. He's going to do a small meeting for anyone who's interested in making a difference for Yemen. Please attend the meeting at Sabah at 6 p.m. And join us. So let's have a salawat, please. Now I'd like to bring up our speaker, Maulana Syed Ali Musawi. He's a scholar, resident scholar based in Southern California. He studied theology, religion, and history at the University of California, San Diego, UCSD. And then he went on to do Hausa for 8 years, studying religion and history and Islamic jurisprudence. So we're very blessed to have him here for tonight. So with a loud salawat, let's bring up Maulana Syed Ali Musawi. Sorry? Okay, yes. Ali, Muhammad Ali. Can you help us? I was also asked to mention that there is some spots available for the Umrah group for March. So if you want to make it for Umrah, please, Hassan Mirza, or reach out to any of the Sabah board members. They'll give you more information. Thank you.
could just be a little lower, that'd be great. Yeah, it's great. أعوذ بالله من شر الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Inshallah, before we begin, it was requested that we do a Surah Fatiha for three individuals, three marhumin. The first is Agha Askari Ahsan. The second is Agha Mujtaba Ahsan. And the third is Shireen Agha Ahsan. If we could please recite a salawat and then recite a Surah Fatiha, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajal farajah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين صراط المستقيم عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah, we have gathered here on this night to commemorate the days of the Fatimiyya, in order to celebrate the life and the death and the achievements of Sayyidah Fatima Salamullah alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. It's interesting, if we look throughout history, if we go to the very beginning of time, from the very first human being, and then we work our way up until today, we find that there have been many women who have had amazing achievements, both worldly as well as spiritual. Many women. But when we look from the beginning of time until today, we find that out of all of the billions of human beings that have existed, there's only one Fatima. And if the world continues, let's say that it continues for a very long period of time, and human beings continue to live, and there are billions upon billions, tens of billions of human beings, even to that point, there is still only going to be one Fatima Zahra. We have to really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given us the blessing of gathering on a night such as this. Really, I mean, when we think about how many billions of human beings are out there tonight, who are alive right now, how many of them have the knowledge and the awareness of Fatima Zahra? I honestly don't know what is it which caused Allah to bless us in this way, to honor us in this way, that we are part of this Majlis where we are commemorating and we are remembering the Lady Fatima. We really have to understand how much of a blessing this is. You know, we look around, we see many people, they have a lot of wealth, or their health is very good, or they have certain talents, they're very skilled, they're very talented. But really, if we look at it deeply, we examine this deeply, we say, what is all of that worth if you do not recognize and you do not have the love of Fatima Zahra? When we look, we see that all of the things in this world, it has no value unless and until we have this recognition and we have this love. So let us thank Allah from the bottom of our hearts on a night like this, that He has allowed us to be here. He has put us in this majlis. And inshallah, we can spend this time commemorating and remembering the Lady Fatima. But my brothers and sisters, one of the things that we have to be careful about is that we have to be careful that as we are in this blessed position, we gather together in these majalis and we come to remember the various members of the Ahlul Bayt, right? One time it is going to be the birth of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Another time it is going to be the birth of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. Another time it is going to be Miladun Nabi, the Shahrul Ramadan, the month of Muharram. We are very lucky to be in these gatherings, to be commemorating, but there is a danger which exists. That when people begin to commemorate
The risk is that these commemorations have the potential of becoming ritualistic. What do I mean? I mean that when you become used to commemorating, you become used to coming to these gatherings, at some point you begin to say, okay, well, we're getting together for the barakah. We're getting together just to remember these amazing figures from the Ahlul Bayt and bas. In a way, we're putting the Ahlul Bayt, and this is the danger that comes, is that we are putting them on a pedestal of something that cannot be reached. Every society, it has these mythic figures, right? The Greeks, they had Hercules. Iranians, they have Rustam. People here in America, they have Superman. They have these mythic figures that they hold up as an ideal and they look at, but everyone knows that it's not really real. It doesn't have any relevance to my life. So what is the potential danger is that we also put the Ahlul Bayt at a pedestal in a way where we say, well, it doesn't really have any relevance to my life. They were amazing people. They were amazing people. But in terms of what it relates to me, it doesn't really have much meaning. We come, we gather, we say, MashaAllah, Subhanallah, as we should. But then that's the limit of what is taking place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we look, we say, Allah, why did you create the Ahlul Bayt? The creation of the Ahlul Bayt has a purpose. The purpose is to show us as human beings that no matter what situation you're living in, no matter if you're poverty-stricken, no matter if you're oppressed, no matter if you are in prison, no matter how bad the situation is or how corrupt your environment is, the Ahlul Bayt went through worse and they rose to the very pinnacles of human creation. This is a very important point. So we need to look at this in a different way. Now, some people are going to say, well, you're saying the Ahlul Bayt did not reach this position as divine favor. No. It was favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But one of the things that we have to recognize is that if they had just been predestined into that position of greatness, then on the Day of Judgment we would say, Ya Allah, I too would have been like them if you had predestined me, if you had forced me to be like them. The Ahlul Bayt, they were human beings. Yes, they were favored, but they rose up to this pinnacle through their own efforts, through their own struggles. This is a very important point that we have to begin to think about, inshallah. Please recite a salawat. It's interesting that even when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to create Adam, in that first creation, He's going to create this race of insan. As He was about to create them, the angels, they looked at Allah and they said, Ya Allah, are you really going to be creating this human creation? The angels had some questions. The Quran, it mentions, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً قَالُوا أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءَ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ قَالَ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا. Or rather, the Lord said to the angels, indeed, I'm going to make a... We are praising you, we are worshipping you. Are we not enough? Allah tells him something very interesting. He says, oh angels, I know something that you don't know. Then He looks at Adam. He creates Adam. And He tells Adam, He says, Ya Adam, tell them the names. So Adam, he tells them these series of names. Now, many people will ask in Surah Baqarah, when it's speaking about these names, who are these names? What are these names? According to Shia traditions, we see that these names were the names of the Ahlul Bayt. Please recite a salawat. What Allah is showing to the angels, He says that yes, I recognize that these human beings have this unbelievable potential for bloodshed and evil and corruption, but they also have this potential for unbelievable greatness. Do you want me to prove it to you? The Ahlul Bayt are the proof. The worst conditions possible. They have all the same human inclinations that other people have, and yet they rise and they rise and they rise, and they become something worthy of emulation. When we look and we say that Allah has called the Ahlul Bayt as a hujjah, as a proof, what does that mean? It means that on the Day of Judgment, if we say anything, we say, Ya Allah, I was this, I was that, I was under these conditions. He's going to say, look at the Ahlul Bayt. They were in worse conditions and yet they reached this high level. So we won't have any excuses before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Especially people like us in the lap of luxury, in the best of places. We literally have everything that someone could wish for. Everything. So inshallah, let us begin to change our relationship with the Ahlul Bayt. What we need to begin to do is we need to begin to look at them as role models that we can emulate. We need to look at their lives. We need to look at their stories. We need to say, if Imam Ali walked in this way and he talked like this and he ate like this, then we also need to follow. We need to bring the Ahlul Bayt into our lives. If we continue to look at them as these far-off role models, then we are doing an injustice to their creation. Now what's interesting is that the Quran now takes this a little bit higher. So at this point we've established that you need to follow the Ahlul Bayt. You need to emulate the Ahlul Bayt. This is definitely there. Now the Quran, it takes it a step further. We look at the Holy Quran, and in it there's a verse which says, قُلْ لَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ أَجْرًا إِلَّا الْمُوَدَّةَ فِي الْقُرْبَى. Allah is telling His Prophet, He's saying, say to the people, say to the Muslims, I do not ask any reward for it, the message of Islam, except the love of my Ahlul Bayt, except the love of my relatives. Some people are going to ask here, they're going to say, why is it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the Prophet to ask for a reward, and the reward is the love of his relatives? What is the reason? What is the meaning? Why didn't He say follow the Ahlul Bayt? Why didn't He say obey the Ahlul Bayt? The reason is that when we look at this from a personal perspective, many times we may follow somebody, but we don't love them. All of you have bosses. The boss tells you on Saturday, you come to work, I need you to work on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to work 8 hours, 10 hours a day. You obey him, you say, yes sir. But inside of your heart, you hate him. You know, you're writing a hate novel within your heart. Here, Allah is showing us that not only do we need to follow, not only do we need to emulate, but we also need to love them. Why? Because if the Ahlul Bayt are a divine manifestation of Allah, what does that tell you if someone hates them within their heart? Someone walks in the way that Allah has taught them. They talk, they act, everything, their entire existence is a living Quran. It's based on the principles of Islam. What does it mean if you hate such a person? Please recite another salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So I wanted to turn, inshallah, at this point. It is the days and nights of Fatimiyya. I wanted to turn a little bit and let us turn our hearts. I wanted to bring one small story, inshallah, about the life of Fatima az-Zahra. And I wanted us to really look at this story a little bit differently than we typically do. We typically look at it as just a story. I wanted us to look at it in a way to see, well, if she lived like this, let me compare my life with the way that she lived. If I consider myself to be a follower of Fatima az-Zahra, where was she and where am I? When we look back in Islamic history, we find that at one point the Holy Prophet had immigrated to the city of Medina. Fatima az-Zahra had reached an age of marriage, and so many of the elite, the nobles, the wealthiest individuals were approaching the house of Rasulullah and they were asking for the hand of Fatima. Wealthy individual after wealthy individual came. Every single time Rasulullah would say, okay, wait. He would go inside of the room of Fatima and he would say, Ya Fatima, so-and-so has come to seek your hand. What do you say? Every single time Fatima az-Zahra would say no, very clearly. I'm not interested. One time Abu Bakr came. He went to the Holy Prophet. He sat there before him. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I have done much in service of Islam. I have done this. The Prophet cut him off. He said, Ya Abu Bakr, what is it that you have come here for? Sometimes when we want to speak highly of ourselves, we want to get something, we begin to speak about ourselves. He says, Ya Abu Bakr, what have you come here for? He says, Ya Rasulullah, I have come here to ask for the hand of Fatima. Rasulullah, he turns his face. He ignores Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr leaves. He's upset. He goes to Umar. He says, Ya Umar, I have destroyed myself. Umar says, what happened? He says, I went to Rasulullah. I asked for his daughter. He ignored me. Umar says, wait, let me go. Umar also goes. He also begins in the same way. He says, Ya Rasulullah, I have done this and I have done that for the cause of Islam. Rasulullah looks at him. He says, Ya Umar, what is it that you have come here for? Umar says, I've come here for the hand of Fatima. Again, Rasulullah, he turns his face. He ignores. Umar also leaves. And in order to console Abu Bakr, he says, Ya Abu Bakr, he is waiting for the decree of Allah. He is waiting for the decree of Allah. At what point, a man by the name of Sa'd ibn Ma'ad, it was an individual whom the Prophet was living in his house at that time in the city of Medina. Sa'd ibn Ma'ad, one day he leaves his house. Maybe he was tired of all of these people coming and getting rejected. He leaves his house. He goes and he finds Imam Ali alayhi salam. He's working in one of the orchards on the outskirts of Medina. He goes to Ali, he says, Ya Ali, why isn't it that you do not go and ask for the hand of Fatima? Imam Ali looks, he says, I'm afraid that he's not going to give me her hand in marriage. Sa'd gives Ali one of those looks. I'm sure we've seen one of those looks. He says, Ya Ali, if he doesn't give you her hand in marriage, then who is she going to marry? Subhanallah, the people knew that these are a match. They could see the connection. They could see that if Ali does not marry her, then no one else will be suitable for her. Eventually, Imam Ali alayhi salam, he's convinced. He says, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask. Eventually, he goes before the Holy Prophet. He asks the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet goes into the room. He asks Fatima Zahra. Fatima Zahra, she had a modest way of saying yes. She didn't want to say yes to the proposal. So what she did was, when the Prophet asked, he says, "O Fatima, Ali ibn Abi Talib has come here to ask for your hand. What do you think?" She remains quiet. Rasulullah, he sees this, he says, Allahu Akbar. Her silence is her consent. He goes out, he tells Imam Ali, he says, Imam Ali, she has accepted. Congratulations. Then he turns to Imam Ali, he says, Ya Imam, what is it that you have that you can give as a dowry for the wedding? What do you have to give in this world? Imam Ali, he looks at Rasulullah, he says, Ya Rasulullah, you know everything that I possess. I have three things. I have my sword, I have my shield, and I have a camel that I use for agriculture and travel. Rasulullah, he looks at Imam Ali, he says, Ya Ali, you need your sword to defend yourself against the enemies of Islam. And you need your camel. And she goes back, she picks up the new dress. She takes it, she gives it to the beggar, she says, go in the name of God. Let us put ourselves in her place. Just imagine, what is the item that you love more than anything else? It's said that the average American has 300,000 items in their house. Which of these 300,000 things do you love the most in this world? If someone came to you tonight and asked you, you are the Shia of Fatima, you are the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen, will you give me something? Would you give him that which you love the most? This is an essential question that we have to ask ourselves, because the Quran is very clear that by no means are you going to attain righteousness until you give the things that you really love in this dunya, that you really want in this dunya. Inshallah, we have to examine ourselves, my brothers and sisters. We have to examine ourselves deeply before we leave this world. Some people, they ask this question, I'm inshallah going to end it on this point, that how is it possible for the Ahl al-Bayt and those who are very close to Allah to do these feats effortlessly? And why is it so difficult for other people to do these things? One of the things that we have to realize is that every human being has a central tenet, they have a central idea within themselves. And this idea, it essentially is condensed into the following. Do I want the life of this dunya, or do I want the life of the akhirah? No, really, which one do I really want? Really? The average human being, they want the life of this dunya, right? When they think about the akhirah, if they are believers, they think, okay, well, tomorrow, I'll deal with this tomorrow. Today, I want to achieve maximum pleasure and I want to flee from any discomfort and pain. And then there's grades. That as people are more religious, there's a gradient that yes, I want the akhirah, but for example, I'm going to give the bottom 10% of my efforts for the akhirah. And then as you become more religious, okay, I'm going to give 20% of my efforts for the akhirah, 30%, 40%, all the way until you reach the point of the Ahlul Bayt where they had made a decision, we want the akhirah 100%. And the reason behind this is that they had reached a knowledge that this dunya is very short, this dunya is very worthless. When you really see this dunya, all of the pleasures that it has, it's so short-lived. You're happy today, tomorrow something happens, you become sad. By the time you achieve all of the things that you wanted to achieve, you're old and now it's time to leave. The Ahlul Bayt recognizes that this dunya has no value. And so once they had this knowledge, once they had this recognition, that was it. Decisions such as these, giving what you love the most in the world when you have nothing at all, becomes an easy decision. But if we're on the opposite side of the spectrum, then it's going to be very difficult. Why? Because I'm giving away something that has fused within me. I love this item because this is all I'm after in this world. This is all I have. So inshallah, my brothers and sisters, we need to begin to analyze, especially on nights such as these. These are very holy nights, they're blessed nights. We need to begin to really see, who are we? What do we really want in this dunya? What are we really seeking? Once we look deep within ourselves, once we make that decision, then you will see that consciously and subconsciously you're going to make the right decisions, you're going to go in the right direction, and it is going to be tremendously easy for you. Tremendously easy. Inshallah, Allah will forgive us our sins and He will help us, He will guide us, and inshallah He will give us the shafa'ah of the Lady Fatima on the Day of Judgment. Inshallah. Okay. So inshallah, let us go into the musibah for tonight. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I know that it's very difficult for me to do a musibah, especially on a night like this, especially about the Lady Fatima, but inshallah we will do what we can. A'udhu billahi min sharri shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It's been narrated that after the injuries that Fatima Zahra sustained, she became ill for a period of time, and as the days went on, she became iller and iller. Her condition continued to deteriorate. At one point, Imam Ali, he comes back into the house where Fatima had been bedridden. He comes back to the house and he sees that she has left her bed and she's doing some housework. He's surprised. Amir al-Mu'mineen is surprised. He says, Ya Fatima, what are you doing out of bed? You're sick. You should be in bed. Fatima replies to him, she says, Ya Ali, this is the last day of my life. I want to wash my children's hair and I want to wash their clothes because they are soon going to become orphans without a mother. Imam Ali asks her, Ya Fatima, how do you know this? How did you come to know this? She replied, I had a dream where the Messenger of Allah came and he told me that I would be joining him this very night. Then she said, "Oh Ali, I want to mention some things to you as my will." Imam Ali goes, he asks everyone to leave. Everyone leaves. He comes, he sits down next to Fatima. He says, "What do you want to tell me?" Fatima says, "Ya Ali, have I ever lied to you? Or have I ever been undevoted to you? Or have I ever disobeyed you since we married?" The Imam was moved by this. This is Fatima al-Zahra who is saying this. He says, "Ya Fatima, you are more pious and more fearing than to ever have done such a thing to me." Then the Imam, he begins to cry. He says, "Ya Fatima, I am going to miss you greatly." But he says, this is a part of life, that we are always going to leave those that we love. At this point, Fatima begins to give her final will to Imam Ali. She mentions a few things and then she says, "Ya Ali, do not let anyone who did injustice to me witness my funeral, for they are certainly my enemies and the enemy of Allah's Messenger. Do not give them the chance to pray over me, nor give their followers the chance to pray over me. Bury me in the darkness of night when the eyes are sleeping." At this point, Imam Ali separates, he leaves, it's time to go to the masjid. Fatima takes a bath, she prepares herself. She goes, she lays down on that bed. She tells Asma bint Umays, she says, "Ya Asma, wait for a period of time. Then call my name. If you don't hear anything, then you know that I have passed away." Asma, she waits for a period of time, then she calls out, "Ya Fatima." There's no answer, there's only quiet. Asma waits again, then she calls out, "O daughter of the chosen one, O daughter of Muhammad." Again there is silence. Asma waits, she's hoping against hope that Fatima is still alive. Again she calls out, "O daughter of the most honorable of the ones who was born." Asma continues to call, she's hoping. Eventually she approaches the bed that Fatima is on. She finds that Fatima al-Zahra has passed away. At this point, Imam Hassan and Hussein, they enter the house. They look at Asma, they say, "Ya Asma, the house is quieter than usual. Where is our mother Fatima?" Asma is choked, she can't speak. She goes and she doesn't say anything. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, they go towards the bed. They find that their mother has passed away. They begin to weep, they begin to cry. At this point, Imam Hassan and Hussein, they rush to the masjid. They find Amir al-Mu'mineen. They say, "Oh father, our mother has passed away. Fatima al-Zahra has passed away." When Amir al-Mu'mineen hears this, he passes out. He goes unconscious. When he wakes up, he comes to, he begins to cry. He begins to say, "Who will console me now, O beloved daughter of Muhammad? You used to console me. Who can now take your place?" During all of this time, the world had turned its back on Amir al-Mu'mineen. All of the calamities had fallen upon that household. The only person that supported him was Fatima al-Zahra. Especially after the Holy Prophet had died, things had become very difficult on them. Now Fatima has died, we're going to ask, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, who is going to support you now?" The Imam is all alone in this world at this point. The people begin to come, they begin to give their condolences to Imam Ali, they begin to give their condolences to the Hashimis. The Imam goes home. He goes home. He finds the body of his wife, and after some time he begins to wash it. He begins to wash the body. At some point, something happens where he begins to take steps back. He goes, he leans against the wall, he sits down on the dirt, he begins to cry, he begins to weep. Somebody, they ask him, they say, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, what happened? Why is it that you're crying?" He says, "As I was washing the body of my wife Fatima, my hand came down and it touched the part of the rib that had broken." We have to ask, "Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, if this caused you this much pain, how did Fatima al-Zahra feel with the broken rib?" Later that night, when the darkness has come in, the city of Medina is quiet. Everyone has gone to sleep. Imam Ali is sitting there in that room with the body of Fatima Zahra. It's time to take her to the graveyard. It's time to fulfill her wishes. Imam Ali gets ready. Imam Hassan gets ready. Imam Hussein gets ready. Zainab gets ready. Kulthum gets ready. Abu Dhar, Ammar, Miqdad, Salman, they quietly make their way through the streets to the house of Ali. They gather there. They begin to take the body of Zahra and they're making their way towards the graveyard. It's been mentioned that eventually they take the body to the graveyard. They bury her. Imam Ali makes 4 plots so that tomorrow morning they don't know where she has been buried. But I left one point out, my brothers and sisters, and this is going to break the heart, that it's been mentioned that as they were taking the body of Fatima Zahra to the graveyard, Imam Hassan and Imam Hassan, they fell on the chest of their mother and they begin to cry. They begin to weep. They couldn't pull them off of the body. At this point, it's been mentioned that Jibreel, he comes down. Jibreel comes down and says, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, please. It is breaking the heart of the angels. It is breaking our heart to see this scene. One thing that we have to ask these angels, Ya Jibreel, if this scene was so heartbreaking, then what are you going to do when Shimr is sitting on the chest of Hussein? What are you going to do when Shimr is cutting into the neck of Imam Hussein? The same place where the Holy Prophet used to kiss. What are you going to do, Ya Jibreel? May the peace and blessings of Allah be on Fatima Zahra. Inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Oh Fatima, I am so alone. Oh Fatima, I am so alone. Without you around, I am so alone. Ya Ali. Oh Fatima, I am so alone. Everyone, your voices. Oh Fatima, I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am so alone. Without you around, I am so. Your voices. Without you, I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am so. Ya Fatima, without you around, I am so alone. Without you, I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am so. Ya Fatima, without you around, so alone. Without you around, Jana. How will I forget the things that I saw? Your ribs that were crushed, the nail and the door. How will I forget the things that I saw? Your ribs that were crushed, the nail and the door. your tormented cries, the blood on the floor. Muhsin, our son, whose life is no more. Oh Fatima, it broke me to see. Ya Fatima, it broke me to see. Though you were in pain, you crawled trying to save your Ali. Ya Fatima, I am so, Ya Fatima, alone without you around, so alone without you. I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am. Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, alone without you around, alone without you. Alone, this grief in my heart cannot be contained. But how can I cry in front of Hussein? This grief in my heart cannot be contained. But how can I cry in front of Hussein? I wander the streets without any aim to find anyone who can share my pain. Oh Fatima, my heart sobs for you. Oh Fatima, my heart sobs for you. I cry by myself in alleys that are so destitute. Ya Fatima, I am. Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, alone without you. I am so alone without you. I am so alone. Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, without you around. Without you, I am. My deep loneliness is now breaking me. How can I escape this cycle of grief? These tears are flowing just like the sea. My love, come and see the state of Ali. Oh Fatima, I can see the day. Oh Fatima, I can see the day. The light of my eyes and life from me was snatched away. Ya Fatima, I am. Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, I am. Without you around, I am so. Without you around, I am so. Ya Fatima, I am so. Ya Fatima, I am so. Without you around, I am so. Without you. They tell me, Ali, we thought you were strong. You lifted the gate of Khaybar alone. They tell me, Ali, we thought you were strong. You lifted the gate of Khaybar alone. So why is it that you cry on and on? You know better than us that she is gone. Oh Fatima, if only they knew. Oh Fatima, if only they knew the bruises and scars I saw when I was washing you. Ya Fatima, I am. Ya Fatima, I am. Without you around, without you. Ya Fatima, I am so. Ya Fatima, without you around, without you. The children are searching just for your scent. How can I explain your absence to them? There aren't any words to stop their lament. You were for them all a mother and friend. Oh Fatima, they will cry aloud. Oh Fatima, they will cry aloud when they look at you laying motionless in a shroud. Oh Fatima, I am, Ya Fatima, I am so without you around, without you around. Ya Fatima, I am so alone. Ya Fatima, without you around, without you. You know that a day will come on Hussein, he will be alone upon burning plains. You know that a day will come on Hussein, he will be alone upon burning plains. A shower of stones and arrows will rain, with 12 blunted strikes his neck will be slain. Oh Fatima, they will trample him. Oh Fatima, they will trample him. His chest will be torn and he'll bleed from his every limb. Ya Fatima, I am, Ya Fatima, I am so alone without you around, without you around. I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am so alone. Ya Fatima, I am so alone without you around.
Ya Hussein, Ya Abbas, 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 Ya Hussein. शब की तारीकी में ज़हरा की सदा है बाबा, तेरी बेटी पे क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा, तेरी बेटी पे क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा, क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा, तेरी बेटी पे क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा, तेरी बेटी पे क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा, तेरी बेटी पे क़यामत की जफ़ा है बाबा। अपना हक मांगने आई तो क्या सिला पाया, किस कदर दुख मुझे उम्मत ने तेरी पहुँचाया, مجھ کو دربار میں جھٹ لایا گیا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا۔ پھاڑ کر آپ کی تحریر لئی ہنستا ہے، آیت رب کو بھی نادان وہ رد کرتا ہے، کوئی پوچھے تو ذرا اس کو حیا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی بے قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی بے قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی بے قیامت کی جفا ہے۔ آپ کے بعد سکون قلب یہ پاتا ہی نہیں، کوئی رونے کا سبب پوچھنے آتا ہی نہیں، اس لیے دی مجھے امت نے سزا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا 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 ہے بابا۔ آپ کی لاڈلی بیٹی کا جلایا گھر ہے، میرے پہلو پہ لعینوں نے گرایا در ہے، آپ کی لاڈلی بیٹی کا جلایا گھر ہے، میرے پہلو پہ لعینوں نے گرایا در ہے، میرے محسن کو یوں ہی آئی قضا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا۔ آپ کی لاڈلی بیٹی کا جلایا گھر ہے، میرے پہلو پہ لعینوں نے گرایا در ہے، آپ کی لاڈلی بیٹی کا جلایا گھر ہے، میرے پہلو پہ لعینوں نے گرایا در ہے، میرے محسن کو یوں ہی آئی قضا ہے بابا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت کی جفا، تیری بیٹی پہ قیامت ہے بابا، قیامت کی جفا ہے بابا۔ ایک بیٹی تھی دلو جان رسول عربی، کتنی مظلوم وہ دنیا سے گئی شہزادی، ایک بیٹی تھی دلو جان رسول عربی، کتنی مظلوم وہ دنیا سے گئی شہزادی، راہ اب اس کی سمر دیکھ رہا ہے بابا۔ قیامتی جفا ہے
ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة، 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 ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة. خادم الزهرة على بابك يا كريم دخيلك، طامع بعطفك إلهي من ذنوب اشكيلك، يلي تعرف بالسرائر ماكو داعي احكيلك، وانا راكع وانا ساجد دمعتي تني، وانا راكع وانا ساجد دمعتي تنادي لك، كل وقت دعواتي يا رب السماء، كل وقت دعواتي يا رب السماء، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة. جواب ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة. مو لجل دنيا خدمتها، مو لجل دنيا خدمتها، وانت رب العالم عايف الدنيا بكبرها، هم صيرا خادم، خادم الزهرة مناي تقول عني الوادم، بالحشر تلقى بكتابي هذا خادم فاطم، هذا خادم فاطم، ليل ونهار يحلم بهالخاتمة، ليل ونهار يحلم بهالخاتمة، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة. شلون ما أتمنى خدمك وانت معنا سنيني، لجلك الباري خلقني فضلتك تكويني، بالشدد دربي على بابك وانت علمتيني، ما تظل صعبة بحياتي لو صحت غيثيني، انت جفك يا محسن ما اكرمه، انت جفك يا محسن ما اكرمه، ربي لا تحرمني خدمة فاطمة، ربي لا تحرمني الوداع فاطمة يا فاطمة، الوداع فاطمة يا فاطمة، الوداع يا الوداع. ناعي المودع يا ابو الحمل نعى، ليلة يا غالي وحبيب تودعه، هذا يا نور بظلام تشيعه، زهرة لو هاي السماء السابعة، بالدموع الليلة تدفن يا سما، الوداع فاطمة يا فاطمة، الوداع
وفاطمة
نگاهی با دعا به حالم کن علی، نمانده فرصتی حلالم کن علی، خدا حافظ علی،
خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی. نگاهی با دعا به حالم کن علی، نماند فرصتی حلالم کن علی. امیر المؤمنین بمیرم بعد از این، شوی خانه نشین، شوی خانه نشین. امیر المؤمنین بمیرم بعد از این، شوی خانه نشین، شوی خانه نشین. خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی. دم رفتن شده پر از تاب و تبم، سپردم خانه را به دست زینبم. دم رفتن شده پر از تاب و تبم، سپردم خانه را به دست زینبم. ببخشین خسته را که بین قصه ها شود از تو جدا، شود از تو جدا. ببخشین خسته را که بین قصه ها شود از تو جدا، شود از تو جدا. خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی. فقط یک خواهش است ز تو ای نور عین، شبان ظرف آب بده دست حسین. فقط یک خواهش است ز تو ای نور عین، شبان ظرف آب بده دست حسین. قرار ما دوتا پس از این کربلا، میون قتلگاه، میون قتلگاه. قرار ما دوتا پس از این کربلا، میون قتلگاه، میون قتلگاه. خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی، خدا حافظ علی.
و فاطمه و ویلا، و فاطمه و ویلا، دو حق و معصومه و ویلا، و غربتا و ویلا، و معصومه و ویلا. فويلا 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 عيالي مرحبا وفاطمة فويلا آخريات فاطمة وويلا يا غربة وويلا ويلا ومظلومة وويلا 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 يا علي مرحبا زندباد زندباد هاي 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 هاي
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا سيد الوسيم، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام على الحسين. السلام عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا أبا الفضل العباس ورحمة الله وبركاته، السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين، السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي باقر علم النبيين، السلام عليك يا جعفر بن محمد الصادق، السلام عليك يا موسى بن جعفر الكاظم، السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء، السلام عليك يا علي بن موسى الرضا، السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي أيها الجواد التغي، السلام عليك يا علي بن محمد أيها الهادي النقي، السلام عليك يا حسن بن علي أيها الزكي العسكري، السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان، أجرك الله مولانا في مصيبة جدتك، وعجل الله تعالى فرجك، وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك، واجعلنا من خير أعوانك وانصارك والمستشهدين بين يديك. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Brothers, we're serving both spicy and non-spicy food tonight. Spicy food will be in this main hall, and non-spicy food is in the dining hall for brothers. Next door hall will be non-spicy. This hall will be spicy food. Thank you.
Brothers, a reminder that non-spicy food is available in the hall next door. The line there is not as long. You can head over there and get non-spicy food in the hall next door. The dining hall / English hall, please head over there, inshallah, if you'd like non-spicy food. Also, as a reminder, we do have the table set up in the main hall on the brothers' side for donations to the Yemen Support Organization. Please come over if you do have questions about the organization or how they're using the funds. Come over, ask your questions, inshallah. Let's work hard to support this worthy cause. It's over here on the side of the men's main hall. Inshallah, come over, ask your questions, and let's make sure that we're not just watching the news reports of what's happening, but we know that we've done something about it.